So, a couple of years ago, I was back in England. I'm from a village called Millhouse Green, which is in Yorkshire. And near Millhouse Green, there's another village called Thurleston, and that's where the main church is in the area. And my mum goes there and does, volunteer work, that kind of thing. And while I was there, they were having a fundraising event. When the church was built, about 150 years ago, they had no heating system, and at that time it didn't matter. Many years, people had gone to church and sat in the cold, and it was okay. But now I guess they figured that with a heating system, maybe people would be more willing to come to church. I don't know, but the church needed £10,000 to put a heating system in there. And so they had this fundraising event, which the usual sort of thing. They had, sort of a sale. They had bake sale and selling second-hand books and things like that. They had cream teas for ladies and gentlemen to eat and drink. But one thing that was really neat about this, and I just had to go along, was that the vicar, Father David, he was getting his legs waxed for charity. I don't know if you know what that is, but they put these sort of strips of hot wax on it, sort of sticks to the hairs, and then they rip it off and it just rips the hairs out, right? So I had to go along and see this. I went and helped out too. While they were drinking the tea, I put my case out. I had my ukulele with me, and I was busking for God. I had a little sign. I raised over £12. And then I got the idea, because I knew that he was having his legs waxed sort of in any moment now, and so I went around the side of the church, and I thought I'll sing a song to him. So I just wrote something. I wrote a quick song. I thought, it'll be funny to sing this to him while they're doing it, right? And so I went in with this song I'd just got, and I was not prepared for the sight and the sounds that I saw. Then I went in. For a start, the parishioners that were in there were not having a jolly time. They were sitting in the pews, just ashen-faced, while there were screams echoing around the church, accompanied by that gripping sound. Actually, most of the screams weren't from Father David, they were from Patrick, who was a church volunteer who was getting his chest waxed. And all of a sudden, my song didn't seem so funny anymore. And these two young beauticians, they were, with the white coats, they weren't doing this, they were just about in tears. It was awful. And anyway, you said commitment. I'd written a song, so I sang it anyway, It didn't go over quite as well as I'd hoped. But this whole thing stayed with me. And there was something bugging me about this. I thought, where have I seen this before? Where, the idea of someone suffering so that others wouldn't have to suffer. I thought, this is very biblical, right? There's this man, going through this great pain so that others could sit in the warm. I thought that was wonderful, and I thought Father David deserved a much better song, so this is his song. When the church was built in 1858, the faithful came to congregate. They didn't talk about the cold. But disciples are much softer now, they say, and money must be raised to pay for radiators for the fold. The vicar volunteered to shave his beard. His wife suggested something weird might be the way to raise more money. That is how it came to pass. Father David got the wax and found his future slightly less than funny. There's a man in pain, on his back he's laid in the church, His face is etched with care as they tear out his leg hair. In the church. Thanks for getting your legs waxed in the church, Father. We know that it's really got to hurt. He sacrificed his trouser hair sings hallelujah, ouch. We will be his benefactors as his leg hairs are extracted in the church. In the church. We'll be cheering him because we're so glad that it's not us. In the church. He's a modern day martyr in a world that worships greed, where the ones that have the money will not help the ones in need. So with car washers and bake sales, we try to fill the gap. As a strip rips off Father David's calf, he shouts out, holy! The next word has actually been censored to preserve Father David's good name in the Philston parish community. He is brave like a man, with his wife to hold his hand in the church, in the church. Her name is Bethan, her face sublime, she whispers, women do this all the time. Not in church, dear, not in church. And in a year or four we'll have a thermostat installed. The faithful will remain to hear his sermons once again. And we know that he won't falter, he'll be warmer at the altar. With a brand new gas-fired radiator by his perch, his bare legs, his shiny shins, his new mown knees will be much warmer in the church.